What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson Fury and Carl the Cobra Froch. Get this, Carl Froch says there are question marks on Tyson Fury's resume. As, of course, Tyson Fury prepared for one of the biggest fights of his career, the undisputed showdown with Alexander Usyk. We have Carl Froch bringing him under scrutiny more than ever. And Carl is one man who thinks there are question marks on his resume. And this is what he had to say. He said, I don't know if it was flattering for AJ or if it just looked bad for Tyson Fury because he struggled against Otto Weiling. It leaves a lot of question marks. How good is Tyson Fury? What's he ever done? Who's he actually beaten? He obviously beat Klitschko in a bit of a stinker. That was just an awkward, horrible performance where he just got inside Klitschko's head and messed him up with that jab. Okay. After that Klitschko fight, Fury had those three big standout fights with Deontay Wilder. But how good is Deontay Wilder now? He looked awful against Joseph Parker, so now you start to question him. Is Tyson Fury actually what he thought he was, or has he been flattered by the lack of opposition? We don't know, but we'll find out when he fights Usyk. And let me counterpunch. That, people, is exactly why I've been preaching what I've been preaching about Tyson Fury. You see, Carl Froch, being who he is, I think he gets it. And a lot of people are starting to understand that too. You are only as good as the people that you beat. That's it. If somebody else beats them, better yet, if somebody else beats them better than you, okay, if they do a better job of those fighters than you could, people will question. And you, especially if you haven't fought those fighters, you know, you're going to find out and people are going to start wondering, how good are you really? And Carl Froch is really pretty much is opening that can of worms, you know. And I always question, like, why are these fights so hard to be made? This fight's supposed to be, this is 2 years overdue, really. You know what I mean? Like, Tyson Fury's 35, right? He's supposed to have been 33 years old or 34. And Usyk was supposed to be 35 when they fought. Because remember, Usyk's birthday is in the beginning of the year, like it just passed. So now he's 37. He should have fought him when he was 35 after just beating Anthony Joshua. That fight could have been, and then remember the step aside shit and all that, remember? So that could have already happened and should have already happened. So Usyk should have fought Tyson Fury, and it makes you wonder, like, okay, these fights that he doesn't get are always some kind of hard, found out way to be made. But that's in the past, isn't it? Let's talk about the fighters that he did fight. Klitschko. Okay. People love to do this. You know, yes, he beat Klitschko. He was the one that dethroned him. But was it convincing? Well, he won. But, like, was it exciting? And I think what people do, I think it's kind of unfair, though, for Tyson. Tyson beat him the way he could beat him. That, you know what I mean? He didn't fight him head up. He didn't fight him like he fought Deontay Wilder the last time. He didn't come right at him with a crunch style. He used the awkward ass jab and, got Klitschko off his game and this, that, and the other. And I think because of how bad that fight looked, people looked at how Klitschko fought AJ and thought, well, since AJ's having such a hard time with Klitschko because they looked like they were equally balanced until the 11th round, people automatically just thought Tyson Fury would beat AJ. But the truth of the matter is, he didn't fight him again, but Klitschko never wanted to fight Anthony Joshua again either because he had rematch clauses for both fighters. Because, I mean, let's face it, he is or was the former king, so he had the stipulations in play. Shout out to Shelly Finkel, right? Which was the manager and helped put all those things together. But Tyson never fought him again. Tyson pretty much being Tyson, took a hiatus and got fat and all this stuff. And then when he comes back, he beats the guy or ties with a guy 3 years later that either nobody knew or had the worst resume in heavyweight boxing, and his name is Deontay Wilder. Okay, you fight Deontay Wilder 3 times based on what? What did he really do? See, Carl Froch gets it. He's starting to really look. And see, all of these guys that Tyson Fury praises or whatever, he can't praise it. You don't hear Tyson at all talk about Deontay being number 2 because he can't. And the irony of it is the guy that he brought to take under his wing did something that only he felt he could do, which was beat Deontay Wilder. Now, Parker's beat Deontay Wilder. Then how good is Deontay Wilder? Now, then, if you ask that question, you got to ask by default, how good is Tyson Fury? See, these things are going to be asked. And the good thing is, this isn't something that we can't figure out. This is something that we will figure out. So if Tyson Fury beats Usyk, okay, then Tyson Fury has this ability to always go in there and find a way to win. That's what you have to say about Fury. But up until now, how it appears, okay, Otto Wallin got beat, Deontay Wilder got beat, all on the same night. And those are guys that he praises himself for. That's the bulk. That's the 85% of his resume there. Are those two guys. You fought Wilder 3 times. You fought Otto Wallin. You never gave him a rematch either. You know what I'm saying? Which Otto Wallin wanted a rematch because it was a tough fight, and he never gave him one. Crickets. Right? And then he fights Anthony Joshua, and then all of a sudden Otto Wallin's a bum. See, these type of things are being asked, and I got to credit Carl Froch for asking those questions, because he's like, well, there's a lot of question marks he has. There's a lot of holes. Okay, and AJ's really just debunking him, but that's the beauty of fighting and everyone fighting each other without this hierarchy where only certain fighters that beat certain fighters only have to fight certain fighters. That's what we're dealing with, and that's what we had to deal with this whole time, because there wasn't enough common opponents for these guys that claim to be the best in the sport. They didn't fight everybody. We just seen what happened when Parker fought Wilder. Hell, who to say that wouldn't have happened 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5, 6 years ago? We don't know when that would have happened. That could have possibly been the same result, where Joseph Parker, having the style that he had, people went in there and mollywopped and beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder. We don't know that. We don't know how that would have went. We don't know what could have been in place for those fighters, because those fighters never fought. They never fought at all. So now we're getting these guys. Now we're getting these fights. Now we're starting to see, well, damn, how good is Tyson Fury? Because this is what happens. If he loses to Alexander Usyk, you know what people are going to say? Joshua fought better opposition than Tyson Fury did, and Deontay Wilder did. And it's starting to show based on the result. Even though AJ got beat by Alexander Usyk too. But again, guess what? AJ fought other fighters that I think you should challenge. Because if you've already lost, you need to now see how good are you compared to everybody else other than the people that claim to be the best. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Carl the Cobra Froch questioning Tyson Fury's resume. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!